video on dimensional analysis, converting metric to metric units. Remember, dimensional analysis is a method to convert one different type of unit to another, for example, changing feet into miles. We will be working with the metric system today, so we could be changing milliliters into kilometers, or we could change kilograms to grams, all that. So that's what we'll be working with. So the units that we're going to work on is, I have kind of like a basic setup here. Now this starts with the biggest is on the left, and all the way to the right is the smallest. So reading left to right, it goes from big to small. And so this is much easier than converting the standard units. We're just really going to move the decimal the same number of jumps and in the same directions. And so we'll get an idea of what this means. So the units that we use, this K, the big K on the left stands for kilo, and then you would put whatever your base unit is, and we'll talk about the base units we're going to use in just a second. So we have kilo like kilogram, kilometer. The H stands for hecto. The D stands for deca. Now notice this is a capital D because there's another D over here that's a lowercase d. They mean different things. The capital D is deca. The B stands for this is your base unit. And for our base units, the only ones we're really going to talk about is liter, meter, or gram. So we have volume, distance, weight. So pretty much what we are doing with our other conversions. Now, biggest, and now we're getting into the smaller amounts. The lowercase d stands for deci, and so that would go in front of deciliter or decimeter or decigram. So these are prefixes and they just go in front of the base unit. The C stands for centi, and the M stands for milli. So like a centipede or a millipede, okay? All right. How do you remember this? Well, I always say this, and then I tend to write these letters down at the top of my paper when I'm going to be doing metric conversions, so I have them to look at. But the way I remember the order of them is I say King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, it's just a way to help me remember the letters, the first letter of each one. And I don't write this whole thing down, I just write the letters down at the top of my paper to help me count. All right, now, here's what we're going to do. We're starting with 5 meters. So I'm just going to write 5 down because that's what I'm starting with. And I'm trying to go to kilometers or kilometers, can be said either way. So a meter is one of our base units. So we're starting right here. So we're always talking about what the decimal is going to do. So here's my decimal. If I want to go to kilometers, it's over here to the left. From the base, I have to go 1, 2, 3 spots to the left. So that's exactly what my decimal is going to do. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 spots to the left, and that's where my new decimal is going to be. And if there's anything with no numbers, we're just going to stick zeros in there. So this final answer is 0.005 kilometers is the same as 5 meters. Okay, because meters is smaller than kilometers, so we only have a few meters, so it's going to only be a tiny amount of kilometers. So let's try this again. We're going to start with 3 grams. Grams is our base unit. And we're going to milligrams. So from our base to milligrams is here, is 1, 2, 3 to the right. So our decimal's starting right there. And we go 1, 2, 3 to the right. And there's our new place. We're going to fill any empty ones in with zeros. So that means this is going to be 3,000 and we're going to milligrams. So we can just write mg for milligrams. All right? So hopefully you're kind of feeling the hang of this. It is a lot simpler. So we have 7 meters, that's what we start off, and we want to go to centimeters. So meter is a base unit, and centimeter is 2 to the right, 1, 2. So here's your decimal, and you're just going to go 1, 2. So this is going to be 700 centimeters. Okay. Now we have 60 milligrams. There's our decimal, and we want to go to kilograms. Okay, this is going to be a tiny number if you think about it. We have some milligrams, they're all the way over here. And we're going to go to kilograms, which is all the way over here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that gives 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in front. So I'm going to write this 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to write the second zero afterwards. That's okay, but we went to kilograms. Okay, let's try a couple more. So we have 2.5 meters. Remember, meters is your base unit. So if we just wrote King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, I am at meters, which is my base, and I'm going to millimeters, which is 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that's going to be 2,500 millimeters. And then one final one. We have 5 liters. Liters is our base, and we're going to hectoliters, which is 1, 2 to the left. So here's my decimal, 1, 2 to the left, so that'd be 0.05 hectoliters. Liters tends to be capitalized for whatever reason, even though the other ones tend not to be. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. See you in class.
Yeah.